Hey guys, welcome back to Operation Arsenal. Tonight was our opening fixture in the Europa League. Now I should say, actually, before I get into the review of the match, you probably were expecting my first Arsenal career mode episode of FIFA 19. Unfortunately, even though it's taken me about 6-7 hours today to get the video complete and uploaded, instantly blocked worldwide by FA. So thank you so much to the FA for blocking my video because of some in-game Premier League graphics. Honestly, what can I do? I had no idea it was going to happen. This was a problem we had in FIFA 18. I'm going to contact EA about it, but either way, I'm going to have to delay the video until tomorrow because now I need to re-edit the video, re-render it, it's just a nightmare. So I'm really sorry guys, if you're expecting that career mode video, it will be up tomorrow instead. Anyway, back to my normal schedule, I guess. I was always going to upload this video. It was just not going to be right after the game. It was going to be tomorrow. But I might as well do this now so you guys have a video from me. Tonight was an interesting one. Playing against a team that no one really knows anything about, to be fair. And they scored some absolute wonder goals. 4-2 doesn't sound very convincing, but let's be honest. We dominated this game 100%. There was no issues in this match whatsoever. The 2 goals that they did score, you could argue, were both defensive mistakes from Arsenal, just a lack of concentration, a lack of focus when we really needed it, and they're just absolutely beautiful finishes, you know, unstoppable. So congrats to the 2 guys that scored for them. They were some incredible goals, and they will go down in their memories for the rest of their lives, coming to the Emirates Stadium in London and scoring some absolute bangers. So actually, I thought they weren't too bad, and when I say they, I don't want to pronounce their team name. It's you can see it in the title. I presumed it would be an easy win, and it was, but I didn't expect the 4-2. So they can go home with their heads held high, and actually they may get a couple of points in this group. You never know. I just feel like it's Arsenal and it's Sporting going through. These guys are just going to get some experience playing in European football, which is always a good thing. But let's talk about Arsenal, how I thought we played today. The lineup, the choices, the selection, actually very pleased all round. Finally, we got to see Leno start in goal. Not his fault on the 2 goals conceded, and pretty much didn't have anything else to do, but solid. You know, he had a decent game. He didn't really have much to do. Of course, if he had saved one of those 2 strikes, maybe it would have been superb. But yeah, if you haven't seen those goals, you can't blame Leno. And of course, we got Torreira starting as well. His first start of the season, I should say. He did start, I think, 2 games in pre-season, or at least started one of them, but obviously has not started since the real competitive season has began. And he looked good today. He really did. He was just everywhere. There was a moment where he was trying to get the ball back, and he quite literally lunged with his head on the ground, Phil Jones style. And also, I remember Coquelin did it as well back when he was playing for Arsenal. These types of players are quite literally willing to risk their head for the tackle. You know, it's pretty crazy. You know, when you smack a ball hard. Now, imagine a professional doing it, but instead of hitting the ball with his boot, hitting someone's head. It's risky, but he's an absolute warrior, and I absolutely love Torreira. I have fallen in love with Torreira and Guendouzi, who came on in the second half and was fantastic, by the way. We also got to see Lichtsteiner back in action today. Hasn't played since he came on against Man City, I guess, since Maitland-Niles got injured that day. He played left back that day. Today he played right back. As expected, just a solid professional appearance for Arsenal, and he got himself an assist as well, which was good to see. And it reminds me that we do actually have good options. If Bellerin has a poor run of form or is injured or whatever, suspended, we've got Lichtsteiner. He's a great backup option, but not for a long time. You know, you can see he's lost his pace over the years. You can see he was a little bit tired towards the end of the game, lacking maybe a bit of match fitness there, but he had a really good performance, and it was good to see him playing. You know, I would love to see him play more games this season and in the Premier League, because we all know that Bellerin, whilst he's pretty good going forward, defensively he can be an issue. And actually, against, you know, the top 6, the top 8, I would be playing Lichtsteiner. I really would. But that's just me. Also, Welbeck, we got to see him start today, which was great. Iwobi, another player that did so well. I need to talk about Iwobi, because we're talking about a player that got slated so much over the last 18 months or so. A player that didn't look up for it, He looked lazy. His first touch was shocking. Some of the shots he was taking, they were going out for throws. Just in general, very poor performances from Iwobi. But we all knew what he's got. We all know what potential Iwobi has. And I'm one of the worst there is, I think. I watch quite a few Arsenal reviewers on YouTube, and I actually go in quite hard on Iwobi, especially last season, which was justified, I think. But today, and the beginning of this season, he has been fantastic. The game against Chelsea, and although we're not playing incredibly difficult opposition tonight, but again, today he was absolutely fantastic. And I'm so glad that we seem to be getting more out of Iwobi under Emery. I'm not sure what happened. Maybe it's just a diet change. Maybe it's just the training is a little bit more intense. But Iwobi looks like a different animal. He's quicker. He's stronger. More importantly, he's sharper. He seems to be ready for the ball. He gets the ball and he just does something with it. There's no faffing around like he used to. He knows what he's got to do. He knows what his job is, and he just does it. So really pleased to see Iwobi playing so well. I thought Mkhitaryan tonight was very good. Ozil, when he came on, did very well. And of course, our main man, Aubameyang, highest rated player for Arsenal in FIFA 19, 87 rated by the way. Cannot wait to use him in the career mode and score loads of goals with him. But tonight, again, I know you could say it's against a really poor team compared to some of the other teams that we face in our season. But still, it's a ball and it's a goal and there's people in front of it. You've still got to do the work. He ran into the good positions to receive the ball, and his finishing was quality tonight. He could have had a hat-trick as well. A long shot off the post, unfortunately. I thought Aubameyang was back to his best today. And yes, maybe we haven't seen the best of him so far this season, but I think this will give him some confidence, even though it isn't against great opposition, to go on and start scoring more in the Premier League, which would be great. Because Lacazette, I would say, has been the better striker for us so far this season, but with them both firing up top, we could be winning games very nicely. Now, defensively, there's, again, another shout-out to be given, and that is Sokratis. The first goal, I'm not so sure it was entirely his fault, but would have liked to seen generally better defending there. But throughout this match, again, Sokratis leading the line. I love the way he charges at players. He's not afraid to get a tackle in. He's so physical, so aggressive, and he's a leader. You can see he's what we've needed for a while. You could say that Sokratis really didn't look his best towards the end of his career at Dortmund, but I think he's back to his best. He really is settling well into this team, and for me, instantly, one of the first names on the team sheet has to be Sokratis. And with Koscielny getting fit again, does that mean we have Koscielny and Sokratis and maybe drop Mustafi? I don't know. Mustafi hasn't been too bad this season. Tonight we had Holding next to Sokratis, and Holding did an okay job. Nothing special. I thought Monreal was good again, though, on that left side. I think, in general, everyone played pretty nicely tonight. It was a good performance. Even El Neni got a good run out today, and there was some good moments. I find that he's not a forward-thinking player. He seems to want the easy route all the time, but maybe that's just... It seems to be when I'm watching that happens, but maybe he's going to be showing us what he's got a little bit more this season. The fact he's got the number 4 shirt, that is a big number. You know, we should be seeing a top player wearing the number 4 shirt. Who wore it that we all know and love, kind of? Cesc Fabregas, for example. I mean, we've had some great number 4s in the past. So let's see El Neni really grabbing the game by the throat and actually getting the ball forward. You know, he's a defensive player, box to box sometimes, but the creativeness, I feel like we do lack a little bit of creativeness when he's playing compared to Torreira, Xhaka, Ramsey. You know, you get it. I said about Guendouzi, by the way, when he came on, it was good to see that his confidence has been knocked because he was taken off at half-time in the last match. And although it wasn't... I don't think he was taken off because he was playing badly. It was more just to reshuffle, get Torreira in. It felt like we needed maybe a bit more pace in midfield. And when we took him off, we looked better. And that can really hurt your confidence, especially for a player that's started most games this season, has played really well, has won Player of the Month for Arsenal twice in a row, I think it is. And it's great that he got back into the team today, came on as a sub and just did what he does best. And that's just run things in midfield, play like he's a 25-year-old. You know, I was watching Rabiot for PSG against Liverpool. And I'm not saying they're the same player, But let's be fair, that they're comparable. Obviously, we're looking at one player who's played Champions League football for a few seasons and one player that's just come in and somehow broken into this first team. But if you're telling me that Rabiot is the future star, you know, the one of the best midfielders for France, didn't even go to the World Cup, by the way, and he was put on reserve and then just said no and just didn't even want to be on the reserves. That's an attitude issue, if you ask me. But the fact that Guendouzi, for me, has been equally good this season. I've seen Rabiot a couple of times for PSG. I don't know what I'm doing here with this comparison, but I think you know what I'm trying to achieve with this. I feel like sometimes players, they go under the radar a little bit. You know, we only paid 9 million for him or something like that, maybe even 7 million. I might be wrong. You could easily pay 40, 45, maybe even 50 million for Rabiot. If it wasn't for the fact that his contract is running down, he won't go for so much. But that type of player, we've got a Rabiot in Guendouzi just a couple of years away. You know, I really appreciate that signing. I think he's going to come good for us. So that's going to be today's review. 4-2 on the night. We controlled the game. Could have scored many more. But it's a good start in the Europa League. Again, I'm sorry about the career mode video being delayed till tomorrow. It will go up and I will not have another bloody copyright freaking FA claim on it, which is really got me down tonight. I've worked so hard on this video and it's just like gone. Really, really frustrating. So I will sort it out. Thank you so much for watching this video and I will see you on the weekend for the game against Everton, I believe it is, which hopefully will be a 5th win on the bounce.